Welcome to your weekly appointment, which is the Boiler Room sessions on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Amsterdam time. And I'm very happy that you're with us again tonight. So it's 8 o'clock and we are walking in our virtual theater space. So you can make yourself comfortable, make sure you have headphones for good sound. Please do so. It really makes a difference. And a good internet connection so you can enjoy this evening of today of the Boiler Room sessions. And I will introduce my co-host Laisvie Andrea Ochoa. Hello, Laisvie.
Hello, Edith, and hello to all our audience. Very happy to be here tonight because it's a very special evening. It's our 10th session.
It's our anniversary.
It's our 10th anniversary. It's 10 sessions now that we have been here week after week, meeting really great artists from all over the world. And also tonight we have a great lineup, right, Edith?
Absolutely. Tonight is going to be so funky. What a crowd we have tonight. I think I don't want to say too much because maybe I say too much or too little. I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be funky. So please stay with us. In short, I can announce the lineup, and I like to give also some time for people to walk in our virtual theater. So tonight we have Gemma Luz Bosch and prepared piano, and we have Help Me to Crash Band, which is a collective of artists, music and dance, and then we will finish with Öllinger and Lina from Vienna, Circus and dance. So, and it's going to be quite amazing also tonight. So please stay with us, and after we will have an after talk with the artist, where they raise their own questions, and it would be really nice to join in with these questions through the chat. On your right is the chat, and you can use the chat for your questions or comments so we can bring them in for tonight. And so if you want to make use of it now so we know that you're there, that would be nice. And or you wait, you can also do that between the performances. So tonight, what I want to say, it's our 10th week anniversary, and I do want to make an announcement, and I will repeat it at the end of the performance, and that is, there are two things. The bad news is that from July 1, this is going to be our last weekly Boiler Room session on Wednesday. But don't get sad, because we're going to prepare for this platform to expand a bit more. And then we're going to start from August every month on Monday, the second Monday of the month. We're going to do the Boiler Room session. So put it in your agenda now from August, the second week of August, Monday, the second, do I say it correctly? Yeah,
yes,
the second Monday of the month, Boiler Room sessions. So we're going to move from Wednesday to Monday. We're going to repeat it a lot today.
Yeah, because we are growing and expanding and improving. As we have said before, we started before we were ready, which is great. I think we were following our need to perform, to find alternatives. And now we are asking deep questions and serious questions. And now we are really considering how to do this in the best way possible. So I think it's going to be great that now we're going to go monthly, that we go to Mondays. So it's easy that you're at home in the evening. Probably you don't have any other event outside and you can stay and enjoy.
You teach or perform, I hope, or have other obligations on the Monday.
So it's a good evening to have an online performance to watch.
Yes, and it's just to be clear, it's not substitute for the performances in the theater. Also, when the measurements will be more loose and maybe you can go to the theater, for us, this is also a platform where we can connect with other artists all over the world, like the Colombian friends that we have now and the friends in Cape Town and in Berlin. So this is really an online manifestation, and that can also be offline. So Monday of the second Monday of the month, Boiler Room sessions. Now,
but we do have two more sessions on Wednesdays.
We go to 12.
Yes.
So we now have
Yes.
session number 10. We have been presenting more than 33 artists or 30 artists so far. Can you imagine? 10 weeks, 30 artists. And in 2 weeks' time, so we have number 11 and 12, and then we will move to the every second Monday of the month. Now, please subscribe on the channel so you get notified, so you don't miss those Mondays also. And check us on Instagram, Boiler Room Sessions, boiler_sessions, and anyway, Boiler Room Sessions on Instagram, and follow us so you can stay updated. So, can we wash your hands and prepare for our first artist? Wonderful. I'm very much looking forward to introduce to you Gemma. So Gemma, I know Gemma because she's a student of the Conservatory Musician 3.0, where she's studying at the moment. And Gemma Luz Bosch is a pianist, a composer, and improviser. She investigates and uses sounds that are normally used in music. And this research brought her into making her own instruments, such as clay flutes, electromagnetic microphones, plaster fragments, etc. And with these instruments, musical objects, and prepared piano, she creates live soundscapes. Now, you will also see the link of her Facebook and website in the chat, so you can follow her, enjoy her performance. Okay. Gemma. Oh. Gemma, what an opening this was. Thank you so much. So mesmerizing, the world that you were able to create. Oh, it was touching me on many layers. And I remember Gemma made a performance, and the only thing you could see was stare out the window. So that was her assignment. So you can only hear it, and you had to. It was a black screen, and you had to watch out, look at the window. And it reminded me again that I could see through my real window, and I could see through my own history and dream states.
And how poetic it was that it was becoming dark little by little, and the sound was opening more and more. It was very, very beautiful and very calming, and a beautiful way to start this evening. And people also are wondering which kind of instruments Gemma was using. So maybe for the after talk, she can tell us a bit more, because they were wondering if these were wooden flutes, or yeah, people are curious also about the little bird at the end. And people from all over the world are clapping, because we have audience from Peru to Finland, passing by South Africa, because we have Suma and Manuela watching tonight, and also some other
Artists
friends.
that joined us in the Boiler Room sessions previously, and Manuela will be perform again next week. I already um, quite the surprise.
And I even see now Gemma is already in the chat on
Oh, wow.
YouTube.
Oh,
Great.
great. So she can answer your questions already through the chat. Wonderful. So we have an active artist in the chat. That's great. So I'm going to announce our second collective, and you can chat with Gemma and finish it later. And she will come back in our after talk. So we're going to our second performance. And before I do that, just reminding you, please subscribe to our channel so you get notified by our live streams, and also join us on Instagram, Boiler Room Sessions. And we will also conclude the evening with the artists. So I make a few announcements, important announcements for the people that come in later tonight. So we're going to Help Me to Crash. And Help Me to Crash is a collective with artists Arvind Ganga, Malgorzara Haduch, Maria Mavridou, and Roman Zotter. And Help Me to Crash band was formed in 2013 as an artistic collaboration between performers. Performers Malgorzata from Poland and Maria Mavridou from the Netherlands and Greece. She's Greek, but she lives in the Netherlands for many years. And guitar player Arvind Ganga from the Netherlands. They all met in the fertile jazz and improvisation scene in Amsterdam, where during the past 15 years they have been developing their own individual artistic pathways and shared interest about investigating a performance with free improvised music and dance. Now, between 2013 and the present, they have toured together in Poland and the Netherlands and Belgium. And this April, during the time of the lockdown, they have been invited to Cyber Soto Festival 2020 and have presented their first online performance in the form of a live streaming. And they were very curious about how they could reach each other through the screen. How can they speak their expressive language in a new form? And soon after, they began a month-long rehearsal period, connecting from their homes into 3 different countries. And this time joined by a 4th member, video artist Roman Zotter. They're engaged into an intimate exploration and raising questions about the missing of live contact with each other and the public, and allowing the situation to enhance and unfold layers of emotion and imagination. And they're very happy tonight to share with us and with you a new chapter of their artistic creation, a remote virtual collaboration where 4 simultaneous and intense individual guests drift separate ways and join together, moved by a desire to go beyond the limits of oneself, inspired by unpredictability, supported by trust, and exploring a free, raw, and fragile depression. So please enjoy Help Me to Crash.
Are we live? Are we live? Are we alive? Are we ready to fly? Are you ready? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to fly?
hidden inside, all deep inside. I hear her voice. I hear her voice now. Well, I don't think so. Maybe it's all illusion. I don't know. What shall we do? What shall we do with these questions? What shall we do with fears? What shall we do with the silence of our own bones? What shall we do with flesh coming, being so delicious inside?
I am poisoned. I am innocent. All I want is your. Your heart is. I'm licking it.
Okay, help me to brush. Yes.
Half of you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Help me to crash. What? They have a last wave. So, wow, that was raw. That was very raw, spilling out their guts on this medium. And do we have any feedback from our audience?
Yeah, we need to give them a few seconds so they catch up
Yes,
with us.
We will do that.
But yeah, even Gemma is already commenting and she's saying, wow, intense. And yeah, Manuela saying, yeah, so raw and powerful. I love you guys. And yes, yes, thank you. So we all come back after for the after talk and we can talk so you can have now your moment to refresh and organize yourselves again. It was great to see you again. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, so that was Help Me to Crash, band, collective music and dance, kaleidoscopic. What an energy. I think they have volunteers now that want to join their collective after seeing this.
I was ready to join. I was here screaming and playing, and I was like, I'm about to open my camera and join them.
Well, I think they would have liked it even. So they wouldn't mind. Maybe we could talk about that. We could ask them later, but if that would be an option. But raw, very exciting. You know, spilling out their guts, definitely. And well, please let us know if you have anything you want to say. And I'm going to already announce already our last performance. I cannot even imagine that we're already so far ahead.
Yes. Tonight was a very experimental night, and we have our last performance now, which is going to be truly an experiment. And we are all very curious because we don't know what's going to happen. We didn't even
we
test.
Don't know anything.
We don't know
anything. So, but you know them already, Laisvie. You have invited them because you know their work. So I'm going to introduce our last artists, and it's Ralph Öllinger and Lina. And they are having, this piece is about 8 minutes, this experiment. And they have a company called Ego Portrait, and it's a circus dance company. And the circus dance company is based in Vienna. So we're going to join the experiment with them.
And they ask us, all the artists, to open our cameras and our mics, so we can do that now. Yes, Arvind is picking up his his phone. We have Maria back. Yeah, and we can open our microphones. Yes, I think we're ready.
Is Gemma not here?
Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Turn. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Oh no.
Stop.
Stop. Go. Stop. Go.
Stop.
Stop.
Turn. Come. Slowly. Stop.
Turn. Turn.
Go.
Stop. Woo.
Oh, I can't imagine I was so late in understanding what my job was. Oh, you were pretty fast in knowing what to do.
Because I was thinking about the time before we say it and they hear it. I was
What do you
really
mean?
worried that we were late because maybe because the internet was a bit slow, so they could hear it later.
Oh, no, but I mean that you already knew from the start that you had to say stop. I was just watching. I was totally passive. And then when you said stop, I'm like, oh, we have a job here. I didn't even notice that we had a job. Oh, wow. But also the distance is very hard to figure out because I have no idea how deep the space is. So when they would move to the back, I had no idea. Is it like how many meters it would be?
Well, this is the first time that we have something like this, very unique, a very interactive thing or experiment.
It's a sharing of an experiment, and we were willing to try. So let us know if you were nervous or not.
Yes.
Seeing this work.
Whew.
Yeah.
We can talk about it in the after talk. I
Yeah.
think we need to
So-
take a moment to refresh after this unique situation.
Yeah, so I will distract you by that, by giving some information. So everyone that came in later and missed the opening talk, just to say that this is our 10th Boiler Room session. We are celebrating our 10th week already, which is quite unique. We hosted more than 30 artists, and Laisvie and I are dance artists by profession, and the lockdown has joined our forces in creating this online platform, this virtual theater, and it is growing still as we are streaming. So that's how it is. But we like to say that we have 2 more weekly Wednesdays. So we will go until number 12, session number 12, which is July 1. And by August, everybody pick your agendas, make a note. From August, it's every second Monday of the month. Every second Monday of the month, 8 p.m. again. And you can also please subscribe to the channel, because the more subscribers, you will be notified, so you have to worry you miss it. And I know there is a recording after, but you cannot join the chat then. And what else? Please subscribe on Instagram.
We are growing, and we are going now every month. We change
from August
for Mondays, but also we are growing because now we are going to have a collaboration with a festival that is called En Tiempo Real, in real time. Is a Latin American festival that's organized by Ana Maria Romano, one of the artists that was here with us in a previous Boiler Room session, and she has been doing in the section number 6.
It was Androgynous Anonymous. For those that haven't seen, go check it out. Truly.
Yeah, and she has
also
this.
The evening was really nice.
She has this amazing festival going on for many, many years, and after she participated here, we decided to do a collaboration. So we are going to have female artists from Latin America joining the Boiler Room sessions. They are very experimental, they are very interesting people, and we are very happy to announce also this collaboration between 2 platforms that are growing and that are creating spaces for experimental art.
Yes, absolutely. And also when we are going monthly from August, it's not a substitute for your theater experience. It's actually an expansion of your theater experience, because we are able to connect with all these continents and all these artists, and they bring in their own color and voice. And I see this platform also from a personal point of view as something that is it's like a community that is growing of artists that can support each other. And obviously you as an audience member, you're part of that. If you're an artist or not, it's not relevant. But the fact that you're interested in this kind of work is very much needed in this time of day, is my personal belief.
Yeah,
And the why we do this.
Yeah, let's announce our lineup for next week so we can have our after talk, because I'm very curious to hear all the artists of tonight.
So next week, I'm very thrilled that Manuela Testi will be back. She was actually performing in our first Boiler Room session ever, which was April 15th, together with Talia Larek and Leah at the time. And this time she's coming back together with Friederike Wendorf, and it's music and dance. And Laisvie will be sharing her work called Intensamente Collective. It's a collective called Intensamente Collective, which is a telematic dance with live music. And it was part of a festival, and I've seen it, and I'm very happy they will be sharing this with us with so many. How many are you? I think 10 or more.
So we are 12 artists, and we have created a dance piece for Zoom that performs live on YouTube. So learning from this experiment of the Boiler Room sessions, we decided to create a piece. I actually commissioned 4 pieces to be created. I was part of this one, and it's amazing. We are 12 artists from Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, and Chile. And 1 live musician, 9 dancers live, 1 choreographer, and the video artist.
So that is for next week. And then we also have Valentina Villarroel, if I say it correctly, and Camila Arzola from Chile. It's music. So that is for next week. So we have a beautiful lineup again. And now we're going to bring our artists in. And we would like to also include you in our after talk, because I think also the after talk is part of the performances. And we like to raise a bit of awareness about this medium, and the artists have some questions and experiences that they're dealing with, and we like to bring it to the table at the moment. And well, let's wait till everybody's coming in and back. There we have. I think we missed somebody. Are we not? Yes, we missed Maya and Rauf.
I think they're taking a moment to organize themselves.
Yes. Oh, there they are.
Here they are.
So everybody is almost coming in. So first of all, I do hey, hello. An applause from the audience to you all. Our after applause. And now we are in the cafe talking with the artists. Maria, shall we go to you? Your dilemma. Shall we bring your dilemma onto the table? Absolutely, already. Yes.
Right away.
Yeah. So it's about the question that comes from many of my friends. What is live about the live streams? And their question is especially because the videos stay later. And I feel a great dilemma about doing this. Events, live stream events myself. On one hand, I feel very curious and to explore what this brings in my sense of performing and communication. And on the other hand, I also feel this something strange about it. Yeah. So I'm curious how the rest of you think or feel about that.
It's a very relevant question that we are also having precisely in this moment. For me, like a host, I'm also I'm happy to have that archive. But as an artist, because I have been also here performing, I don't want to keep my work there because I want to perform more. And I don't want to have that there. So personally, I'm also torn like you. And I would also like to hear other perspectives.
Well, maybe Gemma, could you also say something, because I'm making this link with your festival of your group from the conservatory that did a live stream that was edited, but it's not on the air anymore.
Yes, that was the other way around because it was live streamed, but the festival was made beforehand. But yes, people had to look at it at the moment. It was there from 6 until 10, and then it was gone. So well, yes, it's strange, this live thing, because I like to perform live because it's on a moment. Like also with improvisation, you are creating at the moment. So also now with this live streams, it's yes, for me it's still, if it's live, it has more, it's alive. And you can have also this communication with the audience through the comments.
What do you consider live at this moment, just to be clear?
Well, performing at the moment,
Right,
like
so
in
not
a
like you did in
normal
the
concert.
Yeah.
Yes, like in a normal concert, you are playing and you are playing at the moment, you are dancing at the moment. And now this is kind of a way that is a little bit like that, because you can perform at the moment. And with this festival, it wasn't like that. That was really different because
you were audience also.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
So
You don't perform. You just listen, like the rest of the audience. So that was really strange, actually. It didn't felt like a concert anymore.
So then actually what you're saying is that it was more the pre-recording of setting up this festival that made it not live. Whereas if you would play in real time in front of a real time audience, whether that is in the room or in the ether, would that be the same, or would that be live still for you?
What do you mean?
Well, now, for example, in the festival, your group has pre-recorded the festival.
Yes.
So there was no real-time performance going on. There was real-time audience viewing going on. Exactly.
Yes.
And
like
now,
a TV show.
Yeah, and now there is for example, tonight there's a real-time performing. You are at this moment in a room somewhere, and we are here, and the audience is at the same time of watching. Yet they can also watch tomorrow because we don't put it off air. So is it now for you live?
Yes. Yes, and it's now it's live, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
How can we prove that it's live?
There is no proof.
It's pre-recorded.
Have the newspaper to show or something, the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't know. Yes, that's if you are an audience, you don't know if it's on the moment or pre-recorded. Yes, this could also be that we pre-recorded and we are now showing.
But for the artists, it feels really different, right? Like when we are live. So it's a big question for the audience. Also, Manuela is joining our conversation through the chat on YouTube, and she's saying to Maria and all, also many questions on live versus pre-recorded. I guess, when do we know if it's live and we share the moment? When we know it's live, when we know it's live, we share the moment you make a decision. Like when the two blur. I still don't get fully the question, but she's saying that she feels that the two blur.
Can you say it again?
Yes, I'll try. I try. I guess when we know it's live, we share the moment you make a decision.
The moment that you make a decision.
I think what she's saying is that when you share live in real time, the audience and the performer, that's when these two are sharing a decision. Because afterward, this decision has already been made. So if you watch a pre-recorded if we watch this tomorrow, then this decision has been already made.
I do agree. I hope Manuela will still continue writing something.
Maybe explaining exactly what she means. So
yes,
if we did not get it.
Yes. Well, I lost my thought. That for me, the importance is of when we do the our rehearsals online with no audience relating to our collective. It was something else happening that at the moment that when we decided we will play live streaming or we will play while others are watching. And if Manuela, if you are talking about that decision that we decide we will invite somebody else on the other side to decide to be with us at that moment, that has changed a lot for us. Yes, I have to excuse myself for 10 seconds. I have to open the door. Somebody is knocking.
Okay, but I can also share a thought in the meantime, is that I think there are two elements of life. That's from the perspective of the artist and from the audience, because they're two different experiences. And my personal experience, but that is maybe just me, is that if as an audience member, at this moment, like many of us, but also like many not, I have like no time. So I'm just full time with the kids at the moment. So there is a lot of documentation that we can see, virtual tours, podcasts, nice dance videos, etc. For me, it's just too much. I don't even know what to choose from, where to play it. Yet I can make an appointment with myself that I go see live a performance. So if I commit, I can be there for an hour, 2 hours and watch it and not be distracted, because I can put my mind there. But if I see the day after, I get distracted by my phone. I do pause, I do forward, I go forward. So I'm more like a consumer. I don't know. It's very different. So my attitude or my discipline is very different if I go see a live event, and it's the same in the theater. I choose to be there, so I make an effort to be there. So even if I find it very boring, and maybe I think about my groceries or whatever, I make an effort to stay there. But if I'm at home the next day, I choose maybe not. I fast forward. I have a different mentality at that moment. I don't know.
This is feedback I heard repeatedly from friends
Ah.
about some live streams that stayed online, and they say exactly this, like okay, I was forwarding and like but I find interesting, like when you talk about commitment, like in myself, I decided also when I watched them pre-recorded, not pre-recorded, even pre-recorded or live stream that I watched later, I decided to commit to sing from beginning to the end. So I found that really rewarding, even if I'm bored or for whatever reasons. I noticed that I started missing the commitment that I have when I go to see a performance live.
Can you repeat that last thing again? Sorry.
I noticed that in the last 2 months, because I have this freedom, like to just get distracted and go forward and backwards, I noticed that I started missing the commitment that I had when I was going to the theater.
Yes.
So I noticed that I start creating it for myself by now, like after 2 months. I feel like it's not just about if it's good, if I enjoy what I see, but also enjoying my own commitment to the artwork.
I would like.
Yes, well, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's, of course, it's different here than in the theater, and I don't think we have to try to think that it's gonna be kind of the same. Also for other people, from the audience, it's just completely another platform. So, yes.
Well, for example, if I am in the car, I listen to the radio and I tune into a live radio station, and I listen and I commit because, well, it's on, but I will not listen to that same radio station pre-recorded the next day, because maybe just a few songs, but not the live chit chat that's going on. Mm-hmm. So I feel a little bit the same with this medium, that it's like a radio. You tune in with your audience and us as artists. and it's more like an archive when you see it at another moment. But maybe there is also more to understand there also, like how you as artists want to stay there in that archive, in what way, to make it maybe, I don't know, clear for yourself or for an audience what we are watching.
Mm-hmm.
I could add something what we shared in our rehearsals online, and that to keep a bit of the line, that this commitment that the audience comes in and they will sit in the theater for, let's say, 1 hour for the program, and they will not walk away, they will not go for a coffee break, they will not fast forward or pause and make a phone call. They don't have all these possibilities. And then when the live streaming is going on, they can do all these things. And what does this mean for us while we are doing our performance? Or I'm still wondering, my dilemma is what we discussed a bit with Maria and the guys. It considered that the time, the perception of time is changing. I watch 2 minutes of a live stream or 3 minutes, and I still don't know why I cannot decide tonight. I sit in the front of a computer and I will watch it. Other people fast forward or go away, and I'm still having this personal interest in the perception of time and the experience of timing when using the media of live streaming. For both sides, for the performer and for me as the audience while watching. Yes.
It's so clear. I mean, they're totally out of your control, this audience, because you cannot, there is no Zaalwacht, I don't know how you say that in English, that can bring this person back. Yet I wonder how different it is in the theater. I mean, people are physically there, but I have no control how they're there. Maybe they're, fast forwarding in themselves, or pausing, or having their coffee break, or what. I don't know. I don't have control. They're physically there, but how they engage. So how and then, nowadays people are very much busy also how to engage an audience and learn how to read, for example, experimental work or music or dance, whatever, because it's also a certain skill that needs to be developed, like how you read a certain performance. So even if they're physically there in the room, and it's a big effort and a statement to walk out of the door because they might disturb, but it happens that people walk out of the theater as well and talk in between, and I don't know, maybe having a beer. It happens as well. I mean, I have been there many times. I'm sure you have as well. So there is more control than, when you as our audience being there. But yeah. So in that sense, yeah, I don't know.
Well, but they are yes, they are there physically, and you can see them. And well, it's for me. There's always kind of a communication, and now this communication is through a chat. But that's for me why it's the reason why I really like more live streaming than posting a video, because you can chat with your audience, so you can have kind of a communication with them. And I think that's a really important difference between pre-recorded and really live performances, the communication between audience and performer.
Let's go to Maya and Ralph after your exciting experiment. Maybe you also like to shine some light on your own experiment, for sure. And in the conversation,
listening to all of you guys, I realized one thing again, that like thinking about live stream performances, Zoom performances, like the one thing that I actually find very interesting is that, you're not in the theater, you're at home, like you're in your space. That's actually not what I'm doing is interesting. It's interesting that you're at home. Like you're in your private space, like, and I can communicate with you in your private space. Like normally I cannot do this with an audience. An audience is kind of anonym in the theater, no? Like I don't know who it is. Now I know, you know, you have a beautiful window with trees and you live together and you're sitting in the kitchen, you know, like those are all things I wouldn't know in the theater. So this is something I think where it's possible to dig deeper actually to find the, you know, I don't know, not the essence of the medium, you know, because I love movies, but a movie is one thing, you know. I think even like dance movies or circus movies are a great thing, but it's a stream. I think it shouldn't be a movie. It should be something, yeah, I don't know exactly what, but something that uses the possibility of the stream actually.
I was really worried that you could sorry to change abruptly, coming back to your performance. I was a bit worried that you would listen us quite late, or that even you wouldn't listen to us.
Yeah, we have like this big speaker because we're in a super big hall, like, and we limited our space in the big hall because we had to play with the camera angle, so that we didn't go out of the camera angle and, you know, go to, yeah, it was a bit of a thing. So we luckily found all these mattresses here in this space. Yeah, and normally like we do this in real space with real people, let's say, ish, you know, you're real as well, but and the space is also real, but let's call it like this. And then we can of course speed up way more, we take way more space. It's something different. So we anticipated today that maybe, you know, if the stop or anything comes too late or doesn't come at all, because everything is different if you're at home and not in the theater, no? Like we play our game, and it's about responsibility in a way. And if you're in the same space with another person, it's different to take responsibility than I'm in front of a screen, no? Like if I've seen a lot of things in front of screens and I didn't act at all, where I would have acted when I would have seen them in real life. So this is something we were curious to how to translate this experiment and if it would work in live stream.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I experienced with you playing for me, like Gemma and your duo, that there's also a kind of a luxury. Like I'm alone, like Gemma plays for me alone, and it's a luxury. I'm the only member, audience member, or something like this. So I will not share now publicly what was happening when I kind of really entered that intimate connection of you play for me, and I received that alone, and I experienced that for the first time. And of course with you too was different, because indeed I got very excited, like going like whoa, and I thought it's a wall and not mattresses.
Me too.
We talked before that we were considering the delay of internet to say before to warn you. So that was again about the timing of the when to react or something like that.
Yeah, for me it was also interesting to, because usually when we played in a theater space, like everybody is like watching towards the stage, but now you had like in this gallery view, you could actually also watch each other and like testing like your timing, like who stays up and who reacts. So this is also changing something.
Yeah. Like when are you taking responsibility if somebody watching you, you know, like, or would you rather take responsibility if you're alone? How does the dynamic change? Is there a certain pressure on taking action because you're being watched, or is there an inability to take action because you're being watched, or something else even?
I thought we were going to make a great choreography, because I felt that we started to connect with Gosha, and then Maria was joining, and then we were going to make you do all sorts of things. I was really like, oh, we create the performance by telling you everything that you need to do. And I think we were reaching to that point, no? That we, like, of course, I reacted a bit faster maybe than everyone. But then we were like reaching this momentum of, okay, we can control this. And it's happening, and you are actually reacting to us.
Also, you all got fun out of it. Happy, you started to get me. Oh, we can also, start more creative. Oh, we can also turn. Oh, we can also. What can we? It was also fun. It became like a game. First, it was a worry, that it became a game, and yeah, it was quite interesting to notice also the group dynamic, because I was totally lazy leading on you guys later.
But also through this experiment, you have touched for me just strong, basic, simple emotions. I take care of you and I'm scared something will happen. Like straight away, with simple actions, straight away touching 2 points, or being a bit, I didn't want to do that, but I was like, what happened if I will not say anything? Will you crash with the wall? So still some very strong emotion, you are in my hands. So that I will still reflect on that. It's too early now.
That's what I love about this dynamic in the audience, because I think everybody has this kind of inner monologue going on, or a silent dialogue with the audience. I don't know how to call it, but like some people are longing for, like want to push it to the end and don't say stop, but then somebody else says stop, they're like, oh, why did you say stop, but they, and other ones are really have this feeling like, I have to say stop, and they don't dare, so it's communication between the audience and the dynamics are really interesting, I think, with this kind of thing. So I hope I will see it back on YouTube and see you all then, because I've never had the chance to do this.
Yeah, that would be really fun for us to actually see it once.
Yeah, well, you can see it back, but you cannot chat anymore. Laisvie, do we have some chat before we close?
Well, Manuela continued to explain herself a bit better. So it's good to read what she said. And she says, when we know it's live, we are thrilled by the fact that the performers are making a decision in real time. I think it's pretty much what we were talking about with Ralph and Maya, exactly. And then she says, on the other hand, it's interesting when live and pre-recorded can blur. So those experiences of when you are watching after and still you see that was live. So there is like a sparkling of life a little bit after the live event is finished. That's also I've been hearing that even if it's pre-recorded, you feel that it was recorded live, and it's completely different if you create something edited and you organize it and you put it there in a certain way. Today you had to open the door in the middle of it, and if I would have edited this, I would have cut that, of course. So
sure. And my son will run in very soon, and I feel this is another subject coming straight away. I feel much more exposed right now to you and to the people watching it than I felt to be exposed while we were doing the performance. Mm-hmm. So that's very new experience right now. Yeah. Yes, you, Maya and Ralph, you will never have a chance when we would be in Vienna in the theater to meet my mom, my son, like they are just there, and I go like, wait. Yeah, that's true. That's a togetherness. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for tonight. It was lovely to watch the sunset in Gemma's performance and then get so thrilled by you guys. Help me to crash. I was really jumping here, and such a unique experiment you shared today, Ralph and Maya. Very unique. It was lovely to have you with the 10th session. So again, big clap for you.
And we're going to stay in the call for a moment, but I'm going to, before I say goodbye, please tune in with us again We can continue this conversation. Maybe you have some food for thought and you want to, tell us next week. So next week we have our 11th session with Manuela Tessier and Friederike Wendorf. We have Laisvie with the collective Intensamente, and we have Valentina Villarroel and Camilla Arzola from Chile. So looking forward to see you again. Until now, it's still your weekly Wednesday, 8 p.m. See you next week. Bye.